I think exposure is a real, is a real important word because, when you think about education, a lot of it has to do with the way the narrative is set out. So even when you
Right.
sit in the classroom, the way history is taught, when you're a little black kid in the classroom and you learn about slavery, it's actually
Mm,
kind of embarrassing and demeaning. It makes you feel weird. And it's something
mm.
that you never really admit as a black child sitting there, but you never feel great about it. You feel different
I
as a
never
little
thought
kid.
about that.
When you sitting there and they talking about this slavery, and then and then we're separating Egypt from Africa and making it totally,
Mm,
and so it's almost like we're in this situation where the only accomplishment we've ever made is we was to be a slave. Like that's the only thing we've ever done. And it's like the way the
right.
narrative is laid out for us like that, it's real rough. So what happens is you walk down the street and you just feel like the descendant of a former slave who never did nothing. So it breaks down your self-esteem. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? It breaks down
Right.
who you are as a man and who you are as a human being. And I think
Hmm.
a lot of that, of course, was by design, but it needs to be addressed because when we talk about education, it's not enough to just use the buzzword education. What is the education? What is the curriculum? And what type of history are we going to be teaching these kids so that they can move forward and feel and be filled with pride and self-esteem about who they are as kings and queens and what
Certainly.
they can become in their lives. You know what I'm saying?
Certainly.
Like that's a big deal. Like, it's crazy. It's foul. Like, especially, I tell you, I've been in both kinds of schools, right? In Queens and Long Island. So I've been in the all black school and got that lesson. And I've been in the white and black school and got that lesson. It feels weird in both places.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And when you're in the white school and you're sitting there with black and white and you learn about slavery, it's like, damn, it's like kind of like you want to crawl under your desk. And when you're in the black school, you learn about slavery, it's like, dang, man, we never did nothing.
Dang.
That's crazy. And then I'll tell you proof that people know it's true because what do they ask a person like yourself or me as soon as you become somewhat successful? How'd you make it out? What do you mean how? You're asking me how I made it out? So you know it's a trap then.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you created the trap music. It's like, it's a trap then. You asking me
Right.
how I made it out? Made it out
Yeah.
of the wheel. How you know? What you mean?
You telling me so you can fix it so the next motherfucker ain't gonna be able to make it out?
I found a
Yeah,
hole.
you trying to plug the gap so the next one can't make it out. That's fucked
Right.
up.